Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Tonight, it's a trip to the state of New York. As tonight, it's the Full-Length Cup Challenge and its trip to Watkins Glen International. As tonight, Maconi Entertainment has all your coverage for what should be an interesting one tonight. We get ready to go road course race the New York Grand Prix, and you'll see it all here on Maconi. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's coverage. I'm Justin Prince. Alongside me is Kirk Mills once more. Morgan Cook is our producer for tonight, as we're all set for a 100-lapper here this evening. Now, when it comes to this evening here, Kirk, it should be an interesting night to say the very least. So, as we get ourselves ready to go here this evening, what do you feel about the Glen?
Well, I got to tell you is that it's Ryko infested right now. We got a lot of cars that show a lot of speed in this practice session right now, and a lot of them had the word Ryko right on the hood. You're going to see them go out there tonight, and it's going to be a real busy deal. All I can say is that it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these next gens try to navigate this track. And guess what? We don't have them weird tire barriers out on the runoffs. They're letting them go. That's different than what you'd see in real life, but it's a little bit more fun.
It's definitely going to be a fun night for some of the drivers as they look to try and fight and showcase their speed. Dylan Basin is trying to become a 3-time winner in a row. Bason's had momentum with Dega for the start of the stretch. Then last time out, picked up the win at Texas from the pole. And now we'll find out where things go for our competitors. So as we get ourselves going though, team standings. Black Flag's got the advantage again. Team Conti and Ryko are right on top of each other. All 3 of those teams have dominated the team standings so far.
Yeah, they're almost double. Look at that. Holy cow. SLOW's 4th, and they double their points. They barely take the lead, but just barely. And you can see that how big of a difference the top 3 have been compared to the rest of the field.
Definitely so, and with that in mind, we'll find out this evening how a lot of these teams will figure out who's going to go to the top and who's going to go to the bottom of the charts. Keep in mind, Precision Speed Solutions does have a couple cars out tonight to try and help out their sake. For Sean Conklin, he's trying to help out his points advantage, mind you. He's 272 points from the good. He's been that quick. That's with 9 starts. He's got 2 less starts than the next person in points, Lucas Hoitzma. And then, with a lot of the win stickers in amongst the top 10, Jason Taylor still needs to rally to close back up. He is 19th coming into tonight. The cut line has Anderson and Komacheski as a tie.
Yeah, that cut line's going to start getting more and more in effect the longer we go. This is only race 11. We could still go another 11 weeks, and that cut line's going to mean a lot more in the next 11 versus what it means right now.
Absolutely. Still early on in the season, per se, especially with a full championship thought to have. But for our competitors, we'll find out how this track will tackle them. So, drivers have less than a minute to hit the grid here for tonight's coverage of the Watkins Glen Grand Prix. It's going to be Sean Conklin who starts on the pole for it. He was the fastest in final practice. Paul Hill starts next to him. Row number 2, Dylan Basin starts alongside Andrew Dyson. Those drivers all very fast on the road courses. Dyso was dominant last year. Matthew David Wood, expecting him to be quick tonight. Start alongside Jonathan Delaney, in your top 6. Then Neil Pearson in 7th. Lucas Hoitzma will start off in the 8th spot. Joseph Galata returns to action again. He'll start 9th. And Alex Murray will be one of the 3 drivers going to the back. He qualified 10th.
Starting at 11th tonight, Robert Miller in that 15 car alongside Outlier Speed Co's Jacob Quill in the 77, starting 12th. 13th, Noah Hodgson in the 12 car alongside that ugly looking pink car. It's always going to be there. Nicholas Roman, so fast, really hard to beat, starting 14th. 15th, you got Ralph Hutchinson in the 19 car alongside Bobby Anderson in the 5, starting 16th. 17th will be Alan Duggar in the 10 alongside June Salim in that 67 machine. Then you got 19th starting position, Nicholas Isaacs. Great start for them this week alongside Adam Benefield. A huge margin coming back from in the 83.
Paul Gallimore starts 21st tonight with Casey Graves, an error spot in the field for him, and 22nd tonight. Then 23rd, Darren Medeiros will start alongside Hunter Truel, start 24th in the Lloyd car. Then 25th goes to Michael S. Tucker again. He's been quick in the ovals as of late. Will start in 26th. 27th goes the way of Tower Hunter. Then Evan Mesnard. There's a lot to talk about. I think you know more about in terms of the Angry Birds storyline. A lot of those Angry Birds will be trying to come from the back and attack to the front. But 29th to 30th, Sean O'Brien Jr., Cameron Stone at the top 30.
You're absolutely right. Starting 31st, Tanner Marty in that Angry Birds machine alongside Brandon Hastings in the 81, trying to go from the back to the front. Starting 33rd, William Owens in the 30 car alongside Thomas Kulmacheski in 34th. And then starting in 35th will be Dave Hoitzman in the 79 machine alongside Timothy Harper in the 23, starting 36th. 37th will be Jose Medina in the 40 alongside Jedi Taylor in the 60 car, starting 38th. And 39th will be Cliff Mullins alongside Bryce Reiner in the 25 car.
40 cars are here tonight at Watkins Glen. Just about all set to go as we get ready to take a look at the race analysis tonight. Keep in mind, it's 100 laps. They did in real life increase this race from 90, which was the traditional distance, to 100. It is pretty simple. 25, 50, and then to the end. You're good on tire sets. You're good on fuel for the first 2 stages, meaning it's quite simple. Don't make mistakes. Don't rack up incident points. It's a one-stopper in stage 3.
Yeah, you got a good point, man. We're going to have ourselves a pretty good run here today. Oh, man. All I can tell you is we're starting to get this thing ready to go. Their restart zone is going to be at the very end of this straightaway into the left-hand corner. And that's exactly how we're going to get this thing started. You can see up front, Dylan Basin and the 41 of Dyson. The top 2 qualifiers, Paul Hill and Conklin, have to go to the back. So they're going to have to go through this entire field to be able to make this work. You can see that 41 goes through that left-hander to get through the restart zone. Reach down, pull them belts tight one more time. From Watkins Glen on the front row, you can see Basin all there on the inside. Coming through the final corner. Biggity, biggity, biggity! Let's go racing, boys!
Battle is on immediately. Into the 90 they go. Daiso over the rear end of Basin to begin.
Oh.
And here we go. Some spins.
Already early on, that's Bobby Anderson in the 5. He was at the cut line, wrecked in turn number 1.
And just like that, already our first major incident of the race. Of course, no yellow flag's going to save them here in the field as some of these drivers try and march their way through. There's Anderson, already has lost at least 15 car lengths to the next field competitor. What happened? He was mid-pack.
Yeah, so Jun Salim overshot the entry and just hit the 5, wrong spot, wrong time, but Jun Salim gets away with it as the 5 goes from the mid-pack all the way to the back of the pack, just like that.
Disaster from the get-go for Anderson. We'll have to hope for recovery near immediately here today. As you see already has at least closed up to Jose Medina. But Daiso trying to keep up with Basin, who got an immediate flying launch. Your EOLs tonight included Murray, Conklin, and Hill for various incidents. So Conklin from the pole will be amongst those who have to fly to the field. You see some of those like Murray trying to do so.
Right there, my goodness. Conklin started at the very back of the pack, but guess what? He's already up to 26th spot. He's went through almost half the field in less than 2 laps. This guy is trying to move forward, but Bryce Reiner is really the driver that has the most spots gained since the start of this thing. 10 spots up on since the green flag.
Reiner right now running 30th. You can see that Hornet's Nest. Some of the Angry Birds trying to buzz around. But some of the drivers, like Hutchinson, look at the battle. That is Lim, who had the mistake earlier, up to 12. That's already a +6 for the 67 machine. Having a nice time up front, trying to get to the front. Is hold on, not so nice as Hudson. He's been sent off by Miller.
12 car sitting right now in the gravel trap. He's get back on the gas, trying to rejoin. What the heck happened to that 12 car? Look out on the rejoin.
Yeah, they were door to door, I think, here, Kirk. And here's the thing. It's only so far you can track out, per se, before you risk contact when you're side by side like this, especially with the off-track areas here.
Late move there from Miller, but he had the inside, and he just overdrove that entry, put the 12 car in a bad situation, and he's in the gravels. Just like that, he's going to have to try and come back from that, now outside the top 20.
Yeah. Gary Kolomacheski just had issues, too.
Oh, no kidding.
And keep in mind, this 88 here, Kirk, is a car that needs to get some points to help out for a few months from now, at least. Don't need bad races stretching together. And you can see here, Kolomacheski, a lot of curb hop.
Ooh, yeah, and he hit the outside. That's really going to hurt that car. He ain't going to feel very good after that. There's also something happened again. Let's see what happened here. Jedi had a problem.
And just like that, the wildness has seen the top 3 break away. As right now, we look at those towards the pack. Jason S. Taylor, one on the super speedway to start. He's also trying to close up, and he's even cutting the corners too, you see on the replay. It's not been fun for those that are not used to turning right.
Yeah, it's very, very odd start to this race. Like you said, the top 3 have really scooted out, though. Those 3 being Dylan Basin leading this thing, Andrew Dyson, who's the road course king in this series, and Matthew David Wood sitting back there a little further back in 3rd place, ominously trying to catch up to the top 2. But that 41, I think, is gaining a little bit of ground on that 84. And remember, that 41 car has well over 80% win ratio when it comes to road courses. Anytime in the Friday Night Lights series or the full-length Cup Challenge. He's just always hard to beat.
You see issues for Timothy Harper in the Dig colors here tonight. Run for Dig in our team series. And what happened here is my question. Quite simple, really. Inside, sends deep, cuts curb, cuts grass.
Yeah. If it was realistic, his nose would have been about 6 feet up in the air when he hit that grass.
And he's lucky it's a sim at the very least.
Absolutely.
They get the car destroyed.
Very lucky.
So, as we go about here and the clusters of cars separate, they've all gone to little mini packs. Outside of the back here, 27th to 33rd is your biggest cluster on the circuit, by the way. Reiner is the one that leads this pack. Here's the thing. The lap times are 3 seconds off the leaders as we already go. You add up how much time you have on the circuit, they're already 20 seconds back, and it's only lap 5.
Yeah, the sim will show that 25 being the biggest mover so far, but that's only because he started at the back with the starting position like that. But the car you're looking at right now, that 58 car, he's really the biggest mover. He's up to 18th from starting in the back from an EOL. It won't show that, but he has been he went from dead last all the way up to 18th in 6 laps.
Well, I did ask the question because one of the Ryko drivers in Hodgson had the run manufacturer than they usually run, a Ford, and I got the response back is the best is yet to come as a gift from Ken Byron. I don't know what that means other than you're going to see some stuff from the cars, and I think we're seeing that on the Chargers. Now, that in mind, we're also seeing Robert Miller pick off spots slowly. His machine continues to go one spot at a time. Solid drive for Miller, who was pretty solid on road courses last year.
Yeah, he had a moment about 3 laps ago, where he lost a handful of spots. He was running near the top 5, but he had a problem, got sent a little bit further back out of turn number 1 a couple laps ago. Kept the car underneath him, and he's just recovering those spots he lost. And the longer this goes, you're going to start seeing these lines develop. And something I really like to see happen the longer you watch is how often the drivers utilize the edge of the grass just ever so slightly. You can see that going into the final corner, that is a very common thing people will do. Well, we'll see if we can point that out next time it goes through that section. You're on board right now with Paul Hill, who also started in dead last after qualifying P2. He had to go to the EOL. He has been recovering from that well as he's now all the way up to now, looks like just on the cusp of the top 20.
Yeah, 26th. Not as high as you'd think. I mean, he was solid last year in some road courses. See some off tracks. That's Tucker picking up some grass and flying around. But we keep going. Despite that, in the pack compressing a little bit as a result of all of that. Everybody else will survive in turn. Still coming up to 93 laps to go this time by for the field, by the way. Looking at some of the side-by-sides. For Duggar, since Daytona where he made headlines, it's been very quiet, hasn't it, for the 10 whenever we've seen him. Now he's getting some solid positioning here. He's 28th in the points. That race to start the season is only time he was inside the top 5 for a finish.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's even close to thinking about points. I think he's just trying to get good finishes, get back onto the right mindset. When you have a few weeks in a row that's pretty bad luck and you're running 28th in points, last thing you're thinking about is points. You're just going to be trying to get the best result you can week in, week out. 17th, not exactly where you'd expect to see that car. We'll see over the course of the run if he's able to get up towards front where I think that would be more beneficial towards him, obviously. He needs it. So that'd be good. But he's got Casey Graves running on his 6 and a long line of cars all around him just trying to get more and more positions as it is. Oh, Robert Miller's off track. What happened to Robert?
That's another issue. Let's see what happened. And Miller had been making moves and slowly clawing his way back up to a top 10. Got kicked up a little dirt there, but that's not where the issue is. Let's see it right here. Oh.
That's fine. Oh, right there. No, he clipped that grass there. It got him out of wonk. Oh, my goodness. Don't hit nothing. Yeah, that wall's dangerous. People died in that area. You know, I think that happened back in the 80s or 90s. Yeah, he decided to come down pit road after all that.
Yep. Destroy the front end of the race car. That might be the day. That is.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's this packed 25 car. If we can get a camera on it. Yeah, you're looking right at it. This little group, these guys are just, looks like a dang hornet's nest right now, Justin.
They've stayed pretty busy, haven't they? As there's that Angry Birds look. Daryl's with the Red Bird, if you will. I don't know the names of the Angry Birds. All I know is you throw them at stuff.
Well, I never got that board on the commode to be able to play Angry Birds that much, so it was not necessarily my cup of tea.
Yeah, I have to. I'm double checking. And apparently there's so many Angry Birds references and cartoons. It's very hard, apparently, if you go to Wikipedia, to find the characters. But I will say, from understanding, apparently a week or so ago, while I was away out in Louisiana, apparently there was conversations in the motor coach that the team logo for their side looked like an Angry Bird. So they went full Angry Bird for their entire team unit among some of these drivers that are in this camp from Lunar Racing.
A little bit of a late lunge. You can see Alex Murray there making a move. He's going to make that pass look easy. But yeah, you're right. These Lunar Racing guys, I actually was planning on racing with them last year before I did the whole commentary jazz. But I can tell you right now that I kind of got a liking for these guys. They're good folk, and hoping that they do well. But let's see, what's the highest running one of those Angry Birds right now? I'm trying to get a gist of that. I'm trying.
So, Heroes 25th, to answer that part of the question, that's the red bird. That's called red. You throw that also mix. You got Marty in 29th. You got Mesnard in 28th, running in the blue machine.
Madeiros is the highest running of them all.
Yes, it is Madeiros, so as simple as that. I will say, now that I'm thinking about it, it's very hard to match the beaks with the birds, I think. In the case of Mesnard, for example, he has the blues. But, you're saying?
Yeah, I was going to say, I hate to switch subject so much so quickly, but I do want to reiterate to the guys in the top 10 just for a second, because these guys have kind of gotten settled in, it looks like. Starting at the top end of the field, that 84 of Basin, this is the first time I've seen someone be able to hold off Dyson for longer than 10 laps at a road course. Dyson has been sitting there in the wings, don't get me wrong, but he's sitting right there waiting for an opportunity to be able to pounce on that 84, and hasn't really gotten too close in the last handful of laps, so the top two are there, but lurking behind those two, Matthew David Wood in the 16. I just found out from looking some investigation into this guy, he has a 3K I rating on almost everything except for formula cars, where he has 2,800. The guy is just good in whatever you put him in, and running P3 right now on the road course, so good for him. Then behind them, you kind of got this three-car pack. Jonathan Delaney, Neil Pearson having a great week, by the way. And then you can see Hoytsma there, and who is that? That's Galata making a return for the first time in forever. And then Broman. These guys have kind of been stuck together. They're not as spread out as the leaders are, but it's more of like a pack of three, pack of two, and there's the one right there in the back as well, the 77 of Jacob Quill, rounding out your 9 cars in the top 10, and then a long gap back to Jun Salim, who is under fire from Sean Conklin, who started in the back, and he has been marching through this field. And in less than 15 laps, he will crack the top 10, passing 30 cars under green, Watkins Glen, to get into the top 10 if he can catch Jun Salim in 3 laps.
At the very least, we'll get some stage points for his mark, but kind of showcases just what Conklin can do, because he is just that person. One of those that's thinking about the NASCAR Cup Series Series free agency period in a couple days. Know that some of the teams have been trying to promote their various drivers in terms of their informational packets. And of course, while the official period starts, there's a lot of conversation on those who will be a part of apparently 52 out of the 60 part of the free agency. We have a pit stop. It's Tucker. Not sure why there's a stop for Tucker. Dyson nearly just did a big-time cartwheel, nearly spinning the car out.
Yeah, he went through the bus stop, and he clipped. Oh, my goodness, what a save. That 41's just freaking wheel, man. When you guys see this, it will be something else. He's going to hit the second curb, not the first one where he gets so close to the wall. He's going to hit the second curb, and it's going to upset that 41 car. Watch what happens here. Not here, but right there. Oh, my God. Most guys spin out. Not Dyson.
Not there, absolutely good car control to be able to stay in that. That's now why Basin's lean by more than a second. Course cut for Wood cost him a second. Now the gap is built. Harper having big issues.
Something's going on with that 23. I mean, it feels like it's so hard to keep up with everything. So much is happening all over the racetrack. He had a problem going here into the S's. Right there, he got loose, spun out. The car just was not handling very well right now.
I almost feel like he hit the safer barrier, the Armco barrier rather, on the entry. No, he got loose,
Well,
confirmed. Graves, let's see what happened.
Oh my gosh, everybody's having problems. Guys, he got up on the curb, and but that's not the cause of what happened here with the 01. It may be coming up here in a few corners. We're going to find out. We're keeping an eye on the top group of cars, by the way, so that way you guys understand. The gap from first to second is still about a second, so got some time. Oh, he got loose. Oh, look out. Oh, no. Casey, you got lucky you didn't hit that first wall, though.
Car was sparking after the contact, by the way. That hit, no meatball flag, but likely going to have damage situations as you see Cam Stone trying to make some inroads. Right now, one of the drivers who started 30th, who's making a little bit of progress.
30th spot up to 18th. Not bad there, Cameron. Rock and roll, man. Going on Duggar right now, trying to go to the inside. I think he's going to be able to get by heading up the hill this time. Paul Hill's caught up as well. Paul started at the back as well, marching through. Taking their time. By the end of the first stage, we'll kind of know what everybody's got. And now the question is that a lot of the time on these road courses, the top group of cars will flip the stage to try and get that track position because it matters so much. As Paul Hill dives it in on Duggar, goes right on by as well. Duggar lost 2 spots in this lap. Not necessarily a good one for him right now.
Certainly not, but still already about 10 laps away from the point where they can get an opportunity to take a pit stop, fix up their situation to go from there. Now, Jacob Quill, you see his car right now holding on to 9th spot, Kirk. Again, how are we seeing Quill run this? No, he does some broadcast experience as well. In the past, he's done. And right now doing well in his new color looks.
Not too shabby, yeah. I mean, now you just got to be able to, wait for the right opportunity. Hopefully he can get some track position if he's able to pull some strategy moves. Track position means a lot, especially here on a road course like this. If you can get the lead and get that clean air, it's going to matter a lot. But just behind him, I see a car lurking. Just behind that 77. It's Conklin. He's already up to 10th place. He got by Junsa Lim. And Adam Benefield also is closing in on Junsa. He'll be there in a little while. You remember, he started 20th today. He's all the way up to now 12th, moving up as well. It's going to be settled out the longer we go. We just got to get a lap 25. We're going to get that first, stage deal. But I also want to let you guys know that there is a little system here based on cautions that's unique to this series. There is a 2 guaranteed stage cautions. We know that for a fact, lap 25 and lap 50. And there are up to 3 additional cautions. The odds of these random cautions is about 67% per caution. So let's go ahead and just say it can happen any time in this race where we might just get a random yellow. Just keep that in mind.
So far, that hasn't come out to cause some intrigue in that way, at least. Oh, but they don't start till 25, so it has to be essentially onwards from stage 2 onwards. So from that point, your strategy may go bust, and you may see drivers forced to come in, take a set, or in some cases may roll the dice. So, Trill in his case, by the way, is taking care of business by holding on in front of Hill. Right now, their pace in this pack, about the 109s to 110s. Hill is quicker, though, 4/10 on average the past 5.
You know what? Can we pull up? I think there's a graphic that exists that shows every driver on the pylon's last lap. If we could see that, that would be very beneficial, I think, if we had the opportunity. But here we go. So you can see, based on the lap times that they ran this last time by, and when they cross the stripe, it will update how fast they are running in comparison to the leaders. Right now, 1 minute, 9 seconds, 5.577 for Basin. He's the leader. And looking through this field, I'm trying to see if anyone's matching him. Vroman's matching that lap time. You can see that there very close, a little bit faster, actually. And after that, I don't see Conklin would be the only other one that's anywhere near close to that lap time, which he's 3/10 faster. So Conklin's fastest car on the racetrack right now.
And that's not a surprise with what was the expectations, knowing how well he's ran in our series. First time on a road course in this series, though, the FLCC. So we're down to coming up to 7 laps to go on the stage. There's Conklin in the background, by the way, ready to pounce. Bit of a bobble that time for Galata. And Galata's car right now running comparable times to the race leader, but Quill will take the run to the inside and make it look simple. Here comes Conklin looking to try and find his way. Well, Galata nearly got back alongside.
Yep, you can see that's going to happen every day of the week. But now you're going to see this 58 car look for his opportunity right here. He's going to open the door. Got to the inside. He's just going to go right by Galata, and he's going to do the same thing to the 77. I'd presume going out of the carousel is probably going to be the best spot for that 58. Oh, somebody's around. Look out, Neil Pearson's right there, sideways on the racetrack. I think they avoided him. 62 of Neil Pearson around, facing sideways. This is like, oh man, I hate to say it, Neil. It's kind of a curse. I don't know why this keeps happening, Neil.
I think his left side tires hit the grass here. Watch right there.
Oh yeah, remember Dyson did the same exact thing and saved the car. But I was saying most cars do not save that race car. That 62 did not that time. What happened to Duggar?
This moments after some of the smoke pop. Oh, he hit too much carb on the right side.
I think we do also want to go ahead and let some folks know. Jedi Taylor is out of the race. Dave Hoytsma is also out of the race. William Owens is sitting on pit road 5 laps down, out of the race. And those are the 3 cars that I see that have left the server. So William Owens, Hoytsma, and Taylor will not finish this race, and you just saw that 62 car get sideways on a racetrack. Hate to see that. Hopefully he's going to be able to recover from that.
Got up to 5 laps to go in this first stage, by the way. This back grouping still seeing a lot of compression. Hill has gotten around Stone at the very least.
Oh, there was a...
Oh, hearing a lot of problems.
Oh, huge problem. He hit the wall hard. His car's done. Out. Joseph Galata, heavy front end damage.
And what did he do? He started losing a lot of pace all of a sudden, and then ba-bam.
Yeah, look at what happens here. He's going to hit the tire barrier on the exit. This is a heavy hit. Oh, man. Got loose. Oh, my God. And then here. Oh, man, that car's gone.
With that, one of the drivers in contention for maybe a top 15 here tonight goes ba-bam and up in smoke. The 99 is officially done for the day, joining a list that already includes Hoytsma, Dave Hoytsma rather, Jason S. Taylor. Here's the look on the onboard. Yikes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Big hit. You know, one of these days, whenever they somehow make a partnership with Beam and G or something, those wrecks are going to be wild.
Of note as well, Timothy Harper during that replay also peeled down pit road more than a minute already. Robert Miller spent a full minute for the damage repair from earlier, but stayed in the race, but is in line as a lap down from maybe a lucky dog, because really, the leaders yet haven't been lapped. Second spot though, Dyson's being pressurized. Here comes Wood. He's trying to find a way to get around quickly. He's gathered up the speed again to get there.
You know, every time we talk to Dyson about going to Watkins Glen, he always brings up the fact that most oval guys that come to these road courses, he can normally beat them. But when he comes to Watkins Glen, for some reason, these oval guys are just able to just handle it. They've run it for so many years. Watkins Glen's been a staple of the NASCAR Cup Series forever. It's been in all the NASCAR games. All these kids growing up knows Watkins Glen more than most other road courses if you're a NASCAR kid. It's the best way to describe it. And that 16 machine, he's showing up today. And that 41's not running away with this road course race, at least not so far today.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one to say the very least after Daiso was the one to beat last year. This year, things have absolutely flipped. For those with some NASCAR attempt experience at least, or some of those with the qualifying series making the way into the free agency really stepping up this year. There is that lap traffic now coming into place, so throw the chance for a lucky dog for Miller away. Komacheski's been lapped. Medina and Mullins are about to be lapped the next moment, followed by Owens. By the way, the car to watch. 6th is where Conklin is. When the stage caution hits, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for the lead pretty quickly here. He is within 10 seconds of the leader in closing.
He's going to probably get a top 5 out of this if he can't catch Hoytsma there. I think he's going to get there. There's a good shot if he can. He's got to drive real quick here, though, because we're almost at the end of this stage.
2 laps to go on the stage. Pit road is closed. For those wondering, no one really attempted to go for the stop early. Meaning everyone is still running on the racetrack. No scheduled pit service. No one trying to take fuel and then jump to the front, or fuel and tires and jump to the front. Nothing like that. Tire fall off, mind you, is a 1.5 seconds as well as we are going right now. We're already gone from the 108s to the 109s to 110s for the vast majority of this field.
A huge fall off. I mean, that's it's going to be. Oh, look at that move on the 16 car. He went from the outside back down to the inside. Not going to work. He goes way wide out of that second to final corner there. 16, I think he's faster than 41. 41 really has that racecraft to know how to defend really well.
Now we're down to the final lap of the stage. Conklin maybe has a chance for the top 5 here. Chance to pass by the black flag machines up in front that are staying together. Right now, Delaney and Hoytsma just up the road. It's going to require a little bit of a run built up, though, and some give and take, maybe. Conklin gaining a fair bit of ground up the hillside. Lost it, though, sliding out of the S's.
Whoa, hang on to it, Hoytsma. He saved the car. He got up into the grass. That opens the door. Here comes the 58. Oh, he hit him. He spun him out. And don't hit nothing. Hang on to it. Load the brake. Ah, missed it by that much. Wow. He's probably going to still get some stage points if he can get rolling again quickly. Wow. Look out. Look out. One's in the grass. June Salim. Oh, there's the 83 as well. What the heck?
Wild end to the stage for Conklin. Basin come across as the stage winner this time. He takes it over Daiso and Wood. Delaney and Hoytsma hold on to the top 5. Now at the end of the top 10, Lim gets squeezed out. It's Conklin who retakes 10th. And will, despite nearly slamming into the barrier, be behind Vroman, Quill, along with Pearson. Benefiel, Conklin gets the last stage point of stage 1, as that puts us under yellow from the Glen. Here's a look at the results. 21 seconds the spread.
Stage 1 results on your screen. I cannot believe how entertaining that was. There's so many problems, so much craziness happening in that stage. I mean, watching Conklin go from the back to almost top 5, get hit with a Hoytsma situation. I think we might need to look at a replay of that.
Yeah, that could have gone very bad, very quickly, in a lot of different circumstances. Let's take a look at this again.
He almost hit that wall. He was inches from that wall, man. So you're going to see the 97 whenever he gets to the top of the hill. He's going to get his left side tires in the grass, that 97 car, on the exit of this S's section. And it's going to get him loose and open the door for the 58, who will go to his outside for the next corner. Watch this right here. Get in the grass. He's loose. He had to get out of the way, save the car. And this. Oh, man. And is there another angle where we can see how... whoa! He just gave it a little kiss. I don't even think he touched it.
If he touched it, it was a small graze. Absolutely wild.
Man, what a job. But can we ride on board with Hoytsma on that one? I would like to see how that looked from his view. And maybe even on board with the 58 right after. 2 on board, I think would be good.
Yeah, now, as everyone catches up to the pace car. See this again. Try this one more time.
Nope, a little further back. Or yes. All right, so this is on board right here. Yeah, I mean, nothing that car could have done. 97 couldn't have done anything different. That 58 car kind of came in there so fast. I don't think there was much room for him to do anything else. Let's see how close he got to the wall from the driver's view. Because that would scare the living heck out of me if we go back like 20 seconds or something. Yeah, we got it. So you can see him hit the grass up in front of him. Loose! And that opened the door.
Yep. I think there was definitely expectation for a little bit more lift, I think. I almost argue there was an attempt for Hoytsma with him moving to the inside like that.
It was a racing incident 100%.
Yeah. Still in good position. But now everyone's coming down pit road and should see 4 tires and fuel. And now we get to the potential chance for random cautions from this point forward here. The most likely total is 2 random cautions. There's a 43% chance of that tonight.
You know,
You were saying?
I was thinking that after this pit stop, we might be able to take a quick break. I think is going to be good, and then we're going to get the restart here shortly. And once we get this top 10 racked up and see if anyone pulls any strats.
Well, it's still the same drivers up at the front. Maybe change for third. No, Wood got the edge barely over Delaney. But it's Basin and Dyson. Wood, Delaney, Hoytsma, Quill, Vroman, Pearson, Benefield, Conklin. No major shuffles. A part of your top 10. So, we'll take a break. We come back. Stage 2 begins. The quest for the win for the New York Grand Prix continues after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to Maconi Entertainment. Tonight's coverage of the full-length Cup Challenge continues with Basin up in front. I'm Justin Prince alongside Kirk Mills, working cook and producer once again for tonight. As we get prepared for Stage 2, now we find out if the pace is going to be similar or if we start seeing random caution flags start to break things up and change the complexions of things. Keep in mind, Conklin, expect him to maybe be contending up here quickly. He's got the track position of the top 10, but now needs to pass these cars before the leaders break away because the pace to the leaders was about equal by the time the caution flew.
41 of Dyson almost got a 1X. He decided to cut the S's there. A little odd, but they did that at the start of the race. But I happened to see that out of the corner of the eye. I just wanted to make sure that was mentioned. By the way, recoveries right now. Neil Pearson in the 62, still in the top 10 even after getting sideways. Great job. 58, also still in the top 10 after getting sideways. Great job. Adam Benefield started 20th. He's in the top 10 now, running 9th. Also pretty dang good job if you ask me. You're just going to see these stories keep happening, and Paul Hill just cracked the top 15. He started in the back. There's so much changing going on, and they're trying to warm up their tires. Look at that. That's such... I remember when that used to be like a rule you couldn't do. You couldn't do this to your tires, but now it's totally fine, and I'm like, thank goodness. Happy to see it.
We're all set to go, coming up to 71 laps to go. So we used 4 of the laps under the caution period here. Getting up to that restart zone. Green flag is out, back on our way. Basin again gets himself sorted. The battle is on for third. Delaney got alongside Wood. All well. The top 2 pull away. What's going on here?
Yeah, the lead. 41 just dive bombed down into the inside of the 84. He knows he's got to make a move, and he's got to do it fast on these restarts. This is his best opportunity. The longer the run goes, the less clean air he has, and the less chance he has to pass the leader. 41's on the ball right now.
Not able to get alongside fully, don't have an opportunity. Conklin's already gained a couple spots off the launch, by the way, to 9th. But everyone, for the most part, getting single file to begin things off. Some side-by-side clue on. A bunch of people cutting the corner. Quill alongside Vroom. Roman is having to lose a lot of spots because of the course cut.
Oh, huge wreck. Oh, my gosh. So really heavy impact. Oh, my goodness gracious.
That was Hutchinson that had issues. Let's see what happened with all the off tracks that led to that spark. We also had a spin for Pearson again in live action. Spin 19 of the season.
Oh, no, I hate to say that. Oh, my goodness.
Right after this.
Oh,
look at that.
Car. Delaney was off track too. The 77 hit. Oh my God. You know, they say hitting the end of that Armco, you know, with all the barrels. You don't normally see that many barrels. Oh my God, you're kidding me. Yeah, 6-car Delaney went off track on that corner prior. He saved the car, but he went off track quite a bit. That was right before the 62 got sideways. There's so much going on the racetrack right now, guys. I wish we could show you it all.
By the way, and all of the craziness, guess who's top 5? Conklin. Looking at some of the battles as we go about. Some of those Angry Birds looking to fly. Mesnard ahead of Duggar and ahead of Medeiros of Unstozier. Down more to the inside of the BMP car. Look at Bobby Anderson. He's recovered a solid amount of spots at least. He's nearly back to where he was before his spin in the 90 on lap 1. And keep in mind, we talked about this with Bobby Anderson this season, a solid competitor to say the very least on the year. We're good on the super speedways. He's had some speed for top 15s on the speedways. Bobby, though, yet again, looking to get some points scored from the cut line. He's only got 2 top 10s all season. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, save that car, buddy. A way to save it, but he lost so much spots. He saved it, but at what cost? 4 spots, it looks like.
And we lost it again. Hutchinson, by the way, officially out of the race. This was all the previous contact. And Bobby Anderson says, you got it to Robert Miller. Miller, in his sake, with the way that caution sequence went, that is, for him, got to be a claw up once again over the 5. That is for position, but he still needs a caution to be on the lead lap. He is on the lead lap now, but when he pits, he'll lose the lead lap is the way I mean by that. Look at some of the others.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You guys got to look at this top 2 right now. It's stayed the same since the restart, but you can see how close he's been hanging on to the edge of his coattails here. And that 3rd and 4th place spot, 4th place is a lot closer than it was the last time we got going. Hoytsma has stayed closer to the 16, but the top 2, I mean, 1 bobble from Basin, 1 problem from Basin. The door's open. Dyson's going to be there. They're that close. And you can also see further in the background. Oh, we had a problem with Roman and Hill going up the hill. What happened here?
4 hard hits. It's going to be at the bus stop this time. You see from already lost momentum that cuts to the inside. Can't tell if that's defensive or trying to let him go. They're awkward situation. And they're already with 3 cars off, and there's the 2 that join off.
Goodness. Since when did Watkins Glen get so dang chaotic?
Kind of always has been, so to speak, hasn't it?
Oh my God. I'm entertained. You entertained there, Justin? I feel entertained.
Definitely entertaining, indeed, with how things have gone so far. But right now, it leads to question, how are these drivers going to fare out by the time we get to the very long stage 3? We're already about halfway through this stage coming up. Nolan Hodgson, for his sake, looking to get back on the stage points behind Kluan.
Man, it's amazing that guy can just go through the whole field on a road course like that without pit strategy and get to a top 5, and he's chasing down the leaders. He's going to get there, I think. I mean, he's fastest car on the racetrack. Oh, something happened to Matthew David Wood way wide. Almost hit the tire barriers.
Got a little bit scary there again. Let's see what happened. He had already lost some ground with Conklin. Or rather, will now lose the ground to Conklin. But watch this once again. So critical to get the line right for the 90. Let's see this for the 16.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he almost hit the tire barrier. So right there, he's inches off that thing. He had to let that 58 car go. Oh, something's wrong with Dyson. What happened?
Oh, we just received word. Andrew Dyson, black flag. Oh, and we have a crash for Mesnard as well.
Oh my.
A lot happening. Let's see the Mesnard situation. We'll get clarification for the Daiso situation.
Angry Bird's on his own right there. I don't see no problems yet, but this dang area we're coming up into, so many crashes. Yeah, just loose again, overcorrected. Oh, right there in the door, that'll do it in. If I had to guess, Dyson's, I mean, it could have been a restart violation maybe, but it's been a long time since the restart. Yeah, exactly. They're changing lanes too early on the restart.
That's the clarification we just received, and that is pretty significant. Let's put it that way here. Just like that, one of your top competitors will have to come on in, drop to the back, and this completely flips the race on its head. And remember, you can't change. Can change after the final corner. He changed in the final corner, so he had to take the corner wide.
He didn't come down pit road yet. He stayed out on the racetrack again. I'm trying to understand his logic here on why he's staying out so long.
Yeah, now he's got to come down this time, you'd think, in theory, right? Or else disqualification come into play. Yeah, you got to do it pretty quickly, as please ignore the fact that was missing a G in the change.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Say that.
Spelling is critical, but for Dyson, it's critical he comes this time.
Oh, man. Wow. This race has just gone chaotic and wild the whole time. It just, when do we get a chance to, take some time? Look at this. Think about it. I'm looking at the field here, and one battle I like looking at right now is Bryce Reiner and Nolan Hodgson in the 12 car while we're talking about it. Let's see if this continues to happen. That 25 has been all over the back bumper of the 12 for the last handful of laps.
Oh, we have an air crash.
Another one.
And another one. This is going to be Graves joining the graveyard. Daiso is now down pit road, by the way. Here's Graves.
Oh, boy.
Yikes.
Oh, no. Oh, anyone else? Oh, man, that 62 is lucky. Lucky. Well, he's not been very lucky today, but that was lucky. He got turned earlier by the 77, and that's what he got sideways for the second time around. He had nothing to do with it. And the 62 just barely avoided that one, too. As Dyson comes back out on the racetrack in 18th. Some guys would call that a good day for some drivers, but for Dyson, this is very unorthodox.
Yes, it's been extremely interesting. What we've seen here is that usually the Glen is the easiest of the road courses, though. That's the wild thing.
I love racing, man. It surprises me more and more the more you watch. Sometimes things you can predict it. I did not see this coming today at all.
Yeah, I didn't see it either going this way, but...
Oh, is William Owens back on the racetrack?
I think possibly he is. He spent near 2 minutes in repairs. He is back going.
Oh, yeah. P35. I thought he was out of the race. He sat in the pit road for a while, but he's got some right front damage. Something happened to that 30 car.
Yeah, he's had speed in recent weeks in Moonshiners racing, I think, for reference. He just has found whenever he's had track position for things to collapse, though, as of late. Needs to, how do I put this?
Oh.
Keep it, almost wrap the car in bubble wrap, put every lucky charm possible around him, and hope that nothing goes wrong.
Well, hopefully he can have a better day. But I got to tell you right now, the 81 car, Brandon Hastings, these guys, this little pack has been the wildest pack of cars on the racetrack since the start of this thing. Just behind them, see the 62 and the 11 of Gallimore making contact. Remember, 62 was running in the top 10 for a long time. But ever since he got involved in that incident, he had to go way to the back of the field, and he's been trying to march his way back through it, and he has, up to 25th so far.
Impressive, to say the least, absolutely.
Trying to recover. That's all you got to do. Remember, he lost so much time when he got spun out, so it's got a long way to go. But I always root for that 62. Hopefully he can get back to the top 10.
Hope for no more spinnies, if you will.
Oh yeah, it's a curse. I don't know what it is. If you go back and look at the last handful of races, there's just he doesn't kill the car, and it's not always his fault. He just ends up in a position where his nose is facing the inside wall.
Alex Murray having a wild moment there for a moment, but there is, look at the 81. You're wanting to talk about him, of course. Big weekend for the Tricon Garage side of things because Caden Honeycutt won his first career Craftsman Truck Series race this weekend.
Yeah, he's very happy about that, for sure. That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiled 15 cars on pit road. 15 car, Robert Miller heads down pit road.
Now, this is the wave around pit stop. This is expected here for Robert Miller. He ran 32 laps here in this window. Under 10 laps to go. So no random cautions come out yet in stage 2, interestingly enough. If they don't come out in stage 3, it's going to get very interesting.
There's only 30 cars on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, some of the drivers have crashed out. A lot of drivers have crashed out, actually. A few have at least picked up repairs under green and took a couple laps. Keep in mind, lead is going down. Conklin is around 2 seconds back of Basin, and they are still seeing about a tenth or two picked up per lap here and there on average from Conklin. See that last pass 2, he did get a positive interval, Conklin did, on Basin.
And remember, Robert Miller there in between those top 2 cars just came out of pit road. He'd love to get by that 84 and get his lap back so he doesn't have to worry about taking a wave around or anything like that. Be able to get back on the lead lap and try to compete at a high level. He's just got to get by. He's got fresher tires, so he will, I think. But, I mean, this worked out really well in Robert Miller's favor, considering his circumstances.
Kind of did, absolutely. But he's still going to have to figure out a way to make sure he doesn't lose this position on the track. Because again, he's the first to lap down. He needs to be basically up with the pace of the leader. And now he's going to need to hope to get the right timing of cautions again, because I think he'll be within the fuel window in stage 3, but forced on a short pit compared to everybody else on the gas tank. You see Basin still, even with the older tires, is running faster than Miller on new tires.
Yeah, it's also just waiting for the right spot to be able to make a move. He can't stick his nose in and ruin their leader's day. You got to pass him cleanly at the right point, and he's just waiting for that opportunity to present itself. I think that 15 car is way quicker. Once he gets clear, he'll start pulling away from the leader, but he's just got to find an open door. Right now, he can't find it. Oh, there he goes. Tries to go to the outside through the carousel.
Yep, you see the opportunity for Miller maybe to get a chance to cross up. I don't think Basin's going to give this up easy, though. That's the thing. Because Dirty Air is going to absolutely shred the tires here.
I am kind of surprised by the way the leader's defending here. You know, it's considering that's a lap car, so it's a little odd.
Again, do you want to feed yourself Dirty Air and cost yourself more time to Conklin? No. You already see Miller right there, got a bobble in the Dirty Air.
I see what you're saying. That's it would be interesting to say the least. He's doing what he's got to do. And, you know, being the leader, you got to, you know, make sure nobody passes him. So keeping that up.
Now, no, people are asking, did Basin win last night? No. There were 30 cars last night. Dyson won by 2.6 seconds. And Friday Night Lights last night. Oh, here we go. Now Basin says, you know what? We're done with this. If you want the clean air so bad, take it. Because Conklin is almost there. He's 1 second back. Conklin might actually take this away with the rate he's closing up here. Might come back from an EOL from dead last in stage 1 to potentially charge up to the lead by the end of stage 2.
No wonder these guys are made it to the Coke Series. If they get put on the right team, I think that they might have a good shot over there at the Coke guys. Oh, something happened with Andrew Dyson.
Dyson having issues. Remember, he had his drive-through, and he's coming down pit road.
He's racing alongside Nicholas Isaacs. Haven't talked about him much today in that 2-car. Goes to the inside. 2 cars defensive line there. They get back to single file here. What happens to the 41? Contact with the 2 slams on the brakes. And a 41 makes contact. And right there, contact with the 86. Sean O'Brien's. That's not very good for him.
Broke the suspension, I think, possibly. Yes, steering wheel's knocked out. And that absolutely has destroyed Dyson's chances to get the weekend sweep here with the FLCC. Lead is down to half a second, though. Conklin has 5 laps to take this away, and he's the fastest car on the racetrack. A battle between the Ryko teammates.
Up the S's. Again, one of the most beautiful parts of this racetrack through that right-hander. You can see the top 2 are right there on your screen. You're going to see that lap car way out in the distance. Disregard that. Focus on these 2. Not even third place near in sight. Through the bumps here, very aggressive on the rumble strips here. You got to be very careful with the curbs. Through the carousel. Man, it's just a matter of time. But Conklin just is week in and week out stunning the rest of the field here.
It's definitely been interesting, to say the very least, now what we've seen break out here. But now, for Conklin, looks to try and prove, if you give him the chance, he can strive and thrive, if you will. Add this to your free agency tape, if you will. Conklin taking his time here with Basin. Miller has just about broken away from Basin. Basin nearly spins it out from the 90. Holds on.
Woo. Man, it's fun. Just remember, they're teammates. Don't get too chaotic. We're getting nearer and nearer to the end of the stage, and remember, this is a very competitive league, folks. Full-length Cup Challenge, very hard to be a part of, and these 2 guys are just taking over it ever since they started racing here.
Yeah, and they've proven what they can do here, and what has become basically to the point where even the rival setup owners who drive in the series, like Bigfoot Chassis Collective, I think I've seen them say, we want what your driver has, skill and all. Now for Conklin, he's ready to go for the lead. Nearly got alongside, looking for a better angle this time. Coming up to 3 to go as he hits the wall.
Oh, it's fine. He's fine. He's gonna be fine. Man, they're cutting inches off of the wall here. I mean, it's kind of close. Kind of phenomenal to see how close these guys are running to the wall. Now, I don't know if he's gonna make his move until the last lap, because I mean that's where the entertainment factor comes in, or whenever the door is presented. But I think he'll do something.
Well, it is his teammate, but they also have, remember, Kansas. So, but there's also the counterpoint of Ken Byron will be on the radio immediately to them saying, what are you doing? So, you're going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, not saying this is anything like Ken, but watching his 2 cars leading this thing, he's probably eating a bunch of caviar, sitting on his yacht, very happy to see 2 cars winning all the time.
Well, on that note, look at Basin missed the corner. They all pick marbles up. Conklin hits the wall again. 2 to go in the stage. Nobody except for Andrew Dyson is down pit road for service. But right now, Conklin is hungry to get this done cleanly. Will he take the run up for the bus stop? He's trying to back up the corner, prevent from getting too close as some of the yards battle in the back.
Something happened to Paul Gallimore back here in the back of the field. We're going to quickly show you this before we get back up to the battle for the lead. Let's see what happened, Paul.
The 90 has been in some drivers. The bus stop absolutely is the trouble spot. He missed it.
Sent Hastings off too. He lost 3 spots doing that. Now back up to this lead. They got 2 laps to go right now. When they cross the stripe, it'll be 1 more in the stage.
Will Conklin go for it? Oh, he got a run. Nearly gave him a shot. Instead gets back in line.
Oh, this is entertaining. He's too good.
Blown motor on pit road. They'll zip on by. 1 to go in the stage. That blown motor, not important for now. What is important is if Conklin can get a run a little bit higher up on the exit for Basin. Conklin goes too wide, has to back up hard on the S's. This might be a little bit too far now of a charge she'll have to make from this far back. Deeper on the brakes for the bus stop for Conklin, though. Gets within 2 car lengths again. Needs to be on the bumper, though, to go into the penultimate corner.
He's going to get there, too. I think this is where his best part of the racetrack has been. But Basin is just absolutely carrying a lot of speed. That was really good out of that car. I think he's got him if he's able to hold him off in this braking zone right here.
Yeah, I think right now Basin's got it. Basin plants it. Conklin sends it. Conklin avoids the bumper, but it's Basin, green, white, checkered. Caution free stage 2. It's Basin over Conklin. Matthew David Wood in the top 3 with Lucas Hoitzma right on behind. Also in line, Jacob Quill, Lim, Delaney, Benefiel. Ryder gets in the top 10 with Noah Hodgson charging 2.
Caution's out, and now we're going to go ahead and show you our stage 2 results right here on your screen.
And how about that stage? Great drive for Conklin for 10th to 2nd, but also a lot of solid performances. Quill in the top 5 is very impressive.
Yeah, look at that. You got 3 J's right there. Jacob, Junsa, and Jonathan out there lined up.
And just like that, get us reset for the stage. And that will mean one thing, Kirk. Green
What's the one thing?
flag stops as what happened here. Isaac's having issues. Let's find out what happened here. It's like as soon as the stage ended, he just realized there was an issue and pulled it off to the side, Kirk?
I think he had enough.
He was running in, I think, the back half of the field. He and Medina have both towed and exited the race.
I did like that 40 car Medina's paint scheme this week. Unfortunate to see him go out so soon, prematurely.
So at this point, it's pretty clear that Basin and Conklin are the fastest cars at the racetrack. What do you do, or can you do, to counter that if you're some of these drivers to find a way to get there?
Now, the thing is, at this point, you know you're not going to beat them raw speed. We saw that no one's even close. The best way you're going to be able to do anything about this is by banking on the caution system. The caution system has a percentage chance that you're going to be able to see these cautions come out. And you got to bank on it and take a risk. Maybe that means staying out. Maybe that means you're already on that strategy. Like Robert Miller, for example, is in a great opportunity to try and do something different from the leaders because he came down well after everybody else. He could stay out here and, you know, bank on a caution and maybe not have to pit ever again. Or, you know, you never know what the strategy is going to be. I'm not paid to make these strategies. I ain't very good at it. But I can tell you, if you're doing the same thing that Basin and Conklin's doing right now, you're not going to win this race. You got to go off sequence.
It's going to be very interesting to see where the challenge will end up putting them. But we have 4 tires and fuel coming up here with what's going to be about 31 cars remaining here in the field. We'll see if there's any mistakes down pit road this time as they'll all blend their way to the inside and be led by the Ryko machines. Ryko power is under the hood of 3 of the top 4 in this one as there they go. Lucky dog this caution period, by the way. They'll go the way of the 36, Michael S. Tucker. Will zip on by. And I believe actually take the wave in this situation. Either way, it's on the racetrack as everyone else comes down to the stalls. See who wins the race out pit road this time. It is, I don't think it's going to be that one. That is Jose Medina returning to the session. Instead, it's Basin over Conklin, Hoytsma, Quill, Lim, Delaney, Benefiel, Reiner, and then Kluon having a good exit as well. We'll take a break. Coming up to the final stretch. 2 stages down in the New York Grand Prix. You're watching Maconi Entertainment.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage. Coming up to 46 laps to go from the Glen. We're past the halfway point here on Maconi Entertainment. As we'll get set to get back on our way, as you can see, some of the drivers will have to go to the back like Dyson as we get set to go. But everybody else looks to do battle here. Kirk, it's going to get interesting because all of a sudden, remember that pit stop having to be taken earlier? Well, Miller was the reason you just see no wave arounds for some of the drivers. Miller is your leader because he had to pit with 10 to go because he was trying to get himself to stay on the lead lap.
I was saying earlier it was imperative he got by that leader to get back on the lead lap so that way he could be in this exact position. He was going to stay out, no doubt about it. Now that he has, he's going to have the control car. And you can see he has slightly older tires than the rest of the field. And by slightly, I mean very much older tires. I think it's going to be a short battle, but it will be a battle. And also, the 16 car, Matthew David Wood, had problems on pit road. He stuck on there for 25 seconds, lost a lot of spots, went towards the very back of the field now. Running P3 before all that happened.
That really changes his race, to say the very least, here today. He had been running solidly top 5 the entire day, but not anymore. We'll have to find a way to at least recover for some solid points in stage 3. We're coming up to the restart zone. Remember, it's before the final corner. The way they've set things up this weekend, not down the front straight away for the rush to the 90. Miller, we'll find out how well those old tires go. He was able to pull a couple seconds on Basin and company before. Here we go. There's the lines. Miller waits. Miller goes. Here we go. Off and away. No lane changes. We have a spin.
Huge crash in front of the whole field. They're wrecking right there. It's the big one at Watkins Glen.
Put it out.
Caution's
Caution.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen them have a track blocker caution in the full-length Cup Challenge at any road course in the last 2 years. I cannot believe it.
Would you believe Robert Miller also crashed in the barrier in the 90 right as
No
we
way.
were looking to? I can't believe this start. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, look out everybody. Oh my gosh. Huge crash on the front straight. They had to throw the yellow.
And then Robert does this.
Whoa! No! From the lead to garage in less than... That was the most chaotic restart I've seen in this series in years.
Then Pearson. Well, 19, I think, is the unofficial count for him. This is not an insult to him. He's just been having to dodge a lot. He somehow avoids everything.
Man, I'm happy to see that, Neil. Way to keep the car pointing in the right direction. Yeah, all right.
Outside of a dent to the front nose, no car death for the 62 today.
Wow.
And this one.
I can tell you right now that restart is going to be clipped everywhere. I swear. That was one hell of a restart crash. You don't get that every day. June Salim got loose, and that's what really kicked the whole thing off.
Yeah, that was a massive, massive mistake. But I've always wondered if that would end up happening in a restart like that with the restart positioning this weekend there. The 90, yeah, has its frantic starts, but we just seen the franticness that can happen on the counterpoint. Cold tires into a 90-degree corner within 5 seconds of slamming on the gas and slamming on the brakes. And we just seen a spark of a crash that takes out drivers like Hill, Kluot, and several more.
Can we do a chopper cam with the 67 on that restart? I think that will get the best view if you do chopper cam on the 67 for the restart. We'll see everything we need to see when we do that. Yeah, it'll take a minute for us to be able to pull that up, but it'll be here in no time. It's one of those things that just, yeah, right here, chopper cam if we can. That's going to show you everything you need to see. We got our helicopter flying around, and it's going to show us this angle. Yeah, it's so good. This view, because it shows a lot very quickly. You're going to see the 67 get really loose as he goes through this corner, just right there. Snaps. And then, oh, good God.
My goodness,
Yeah,
Hill
Paul.
actually crashed on the pit road.
See, that angle shows you everything. And, you know, it's amazing the rest of the cars kept it straight to keep going. But I think it's instinct, too, because when you're racing in NASCAR on the road courses, you know there's not going to be a caution for these types of wrecks. You always try, when you do get in a wreck like that, you're going to keep trying to push the car to go further to try and get out of it. But here's Paul Hill's look as he goes into the tire barrier, or the Armco here. Kind of reminds me of Sam Horn. That's what this wreck reminds me of. Juan Pablo Montoya and Sam Hornish Jr., they've had wrecks in that on the exit of this corner, but that was under a green flag condition, not necessarily right on a restart. I mean, you can go back to, like, I think it was 2007 or 2008 when that happened. It was a COT car. A lot of cars ended up wrecking it. It looked very similar to that.
This all starting into a very interesting run through. Obviously, here's the question. Does that count as part of the random caution count if it's a admin caution?
No. So this is a unique situation for the cautions on road courses. Track blockers are the only way you can get a caution thrown by an admin. And in this case, warranted 100%. You saw it there. Every one of the cars in the back of the field would have been put at a massive unfair disadvantage if they were to keep it green. So throwing that caution protects the back half of the field while also still keeping it fair. And so, great job by race control to throw that caution when they did.
So right now, we're getting all set to go for the restart. Basin and Conklin, Hoytsma and Quill. Then you throw Delaney in the top 5 with Reiner, Benefield, Murray, who picked up damage for the incident. Also joined by Hunter and Vroom Vroom. Part of some of the top drivers now in your running order. And this now gets interesting from this point forward here. 43 to go. We're still outside the estimated fuel window by about 10 laps, maybe 7 at the very tippy top if you're at a hard save. Here's my question. Some of these drivers might have problems with incident points because I can't tell if Vroom Vroom's joking. He just said he may or may not have 20 points.
I don't think he's going to make it the rest of the race without getting another one. I mean, it's more likely than not. Now, it's not because of him. It's just because the nature of road course racing. You're going to dip your tires in the grass once or twice throughout the race. I mean, especially with how loose these cars get in the long run. We've seen it all day. And I just got to say, it says here that we have 25 cars left on the lead lap right now. 25. It feels like there's way less cars in the field for some reason. I don't know why, but it just feels like we lost a lot.
We already had a lot we lost, but in this incident alone, we lost Hill, Kluwat, Miller, and Truel. That's the understatement. We also had significant damages, repairs at least, for Stone, O'Brien Jr., and Kolmacheski in the last pit stop. Lim also had a 59-second stop. Pearson took another 30 seconds to fix the nose. 45 seconds was Matthew David with the previous time. Cam Stone just towed.
Oh, yeah, he made a mistake going up the S's trying to catch the back of the field. Or not. Wait, what happened here?
I think he tried to floor to catch the field and then crashed.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
We'll take a chance after the restart because right now, this is the battle for the lead. Basin on the gas. Conklin. Will he hold on to the marbles? Oh, Quill nearly did the same thing. We're back underway. As just like that, the battle is on for the race lead. Looks like a majority of the field able to sort itself out. See Murray on the inside, a part of those looking to fight alongside Benefield. Again, Benefield starting 7th. Holds back Murray, and Murray's offline. Eric Gallimore is a part of those who just scrubbed the wall, by the way, had to lock up the brakes and nearly slammed the wall with the S's. Everyone else keeps on going here, Kirk, as we get ourselves situated. Coming to 42, making 41 laps to go.
You can see up front, everybody has gotten really single filed out. There's still some battling throughout the field. The 16 of Matthew David Woods trying to get back up through the field, but you're looking at Conklin right now. That 58 car, we know he's fast off the get. And if he can catch his back bumper, now I think we're going to see a new leader here shortly. Side by side between Reiner and Benefield. This is back here for the 6th place spot. And Vroman sitting in the wings right behind him.
There's Reiner. Reiner on the inside, outside for Benefield. Conti machine tries to give a squeeze. As Conklin sets the fastest lap. It's Reiner that nearly got turned. Able to clear by the 83 up the hillside. But the top 2 looking to fight it on outright here. We've seen how wild things have gone for Conklin here tonight. Look at the charge. Nearly to the bumper of Basin. Basin gets the grass a bit. Everyone kicking up marbles as Conklin tries to find a way to rip the bottom.
You know, we've talked about these top 2 so much the last handful of weeks, but I also got to throw another name out there. Lucas Hoytsma has been that 3rd best car all the last 4 weeks. Sitting P3 right now as the top 2 are getting so close to each other. My goodness gracious, he got him a little loose. He sits inside going through the final corner trying to go for the lead.
Inside Conklin had to scrape the wall again. Yet again, near contact with the walls. And to keep in mind, there is one note that viewers are starting to notice here. Yes, we are using the 2025 track limits for Watkins Glen. There are no tire bundles yet in the sim. Per race control, they're not going with the 2026 rule set, which has tire bundles now coming out of the 90. Hence why we've been seeing throughout the night, everyone using up as much real estate as they could down the front or into one.
Good. Very good.
Well, track limits are a thing for a reason, right?
Well, that's the best way I can describe it.
So if you had what you wanted, everything would be pavement, everything would be drivable like pavement in turn, putting green-colored pavement that counts as grass, and then you drive on everything.
Well, you don't want to get in the green pavement because that stuff's painted, gets less grip.
Don't turn it into paint, just put color, food coloring in the pavement. I don't know.
Oh man, that's funny, man. All right, back up to the front for a second. Look at the gap between the top two, if you can, just for a minute before we get talking about that 16 car. That gap's kind of starting to get a little wider. The 58 car had something happen where he lost a lot of ground, and now he's got to chase him back down. It's going to take a minute. So while we're waiting on that to happen, take a look here at the 16 car. Matthew David Wood. He's running P10. Remember, he had a problem on pit road. He had to go to the very back of the line, tail end of the longest line. And guess what? He's back out there, and he's now cracked the top 10, trying to chase down 9th and 8th right in front of his sights. Oh, look at the blocking going on up there. Vroman goes down to block the 12 car from making a pass.
Yeah, yet again, knowing where some of the speed is, you see Wood really attacking. Oh, he's all over the rear end. Might actually get Hodgson loose, like they'll lift off. We have some trouble. Put it on the board for count number 20 for the 62. 20 spins in a season.
It might be something that's a little chaotic. I hate to see it. Let's see what happened to that 62. Please tell me it was just something simple and easy. Okay. Oh, yes, that curb again. He did the same thing. He had the same thing happen earlier. This time he tail swiped the back. And I hate to see that. I hate to see it so freaking bad. Man, the racing gods just are not on his side right now.
It's been wild for some of the drivers. Top two have checked out by 2 seconds, by the way. Basic continuing to lead. It almost is getting the feeling that this could come down to a pit stop so far. By the way, the count is 12, not 20, but it's still high. That being said, on that mark, I was about to say, it feels like this turning to the type of race where the undercut or overcut, it's going to be the massive difference just in some of these spots with how close some of this is getting. Wood will take Hodgson to the inside. Gives him plenty of space, actually, but I don't know if this is going to work from the outside. We're going to require a pinch back. He does get it.
Wow. Very good race in between those two right there.
Yeah, nice little squeeze to get the pass done. So now, we continue to march ahead. So with that in mind, I'm curious how this is going to go for some of the others like Vroom Vroom here, who seems to be surviving. I still can't tell if he was joking about instant count or not, because for obvious reasons, unless you're in the session as a driver, they really keep that protected, if you will, in the incident mark. You don't want a spectator coming in, then seeing the count and then saying, okay, time to push the car off the track for a free spot. For Vroom Vroom, I think he's just trying to make sure this car survives.
Yep. Go into survival mode the moment you get close to that incident limit. It's a kind of it's a really bad feeling when you hit it. One of the worst things you can feel. Actually, I'm willing to say that right there. Pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those times tonight, I guess you can say, where you're just driving on eggshells, trying to make sure you don't get the eggs splattered, if you will. Right now, it's a top 10 race for Vroom Vroom if he survives. By the way, The Angry Birds machine still continuing to chug along in some of the cases. Tanner Marti, 15th, over Bobby Anderson, who's back to where he started, basically. Oh, and it looks like he actually got a lot of give and take to get himself +1 from his starting spot.
Well, you know, I actually got to call out another driver here just for a second. There's a driver who's just not quitting and not giving up, and that driver is Andrew Dyson. He's 6 laps down, but he's driving the dang wheels off that car in the 41 machine. He's on the back bumper of the 12 car, and he was sideways a lap ago trying to make a pass on him. 6 laps down and just having some fun.
Yeah, at this point, it's a full season championship. You got to get something on the board points-wise. So why would you take and throw away 5-10 points? And you may as well just see if anyone else has significant contact, you have a chance. Race lead. We're right now inside the window from the very tippy top on fuel this time by. Still plenty of time to go, obviously. Don't want to burn a set yet. But Conklin is still trying to force Basin to have no mistakes here.
And when's he going to do it? How is he going to do it? That's the question. He's back to him now. Any mistake Basin makes, Conklin's there. It's just a matter of time now. And, you know, we might get one of them famous Watkins Glen finishes if this stays this way all the way towards the end of this race. I hope it does. I mean, this just keeps it entertaining. I love it.
Definitely been entertaining between these two. Keep in mind, Conklin, one of the drivers that's looked pretty steady, has had some very good skills on the super speedways, and in general this season, win percentage in officials of 56% for 2025, 44% in 2026. He also competes in the Northeast, part of the Champ Card events. That's why he missed one of the races recently in the schedule. Actually, the reason he missed last weekend, he ended up winning a race at Pomfret Speedway to start off that season for him.
So you're telling me he can win in anything you put him in?
I mean, he's 100% on the season in real life.
I thought he was going for it there. It's just so cool. Now, these two, just to give you a heads up, have scooted out to 3-second lead over the rest of the field. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but right now, see how difficult. He's continuing to still keep up on his teammate. They've now pulled 4 seconds on everybody else. Largely by far of the day for 2 cars here this evening. Seeing though, Roman is losing ground. He is now under attack by Lim on his recovery from repairs from earlier.
Okay, here he goes. Yeah, I knew that was coming. He tried to make a shot at Roman car. Is so good at keeping cars behind him. Doesn't matter if his car's broken or not. That car is just able to defend really well. Lim had to back out of it. Now he's going to have to try and make up another run here.
Yeah, really trying to find a way to get around cleanly, and Vroman does not want to make it easy after the incident. Right now, that's 67, really keeping things up on the wheel. 14 seconds back in the leader. Keep my Lim on the season. 12th in the point standings. Picked up 2 points last week from Texas.
You know, man, I just got to say, Junso Lim, by the way, while we're looking at the leaders, let's keep an eye on the leaders while we're talking like this, but F58 was waiting for the right moment. He's all over it. Oh, it might have just happened there. He might have a shot here. I think it's going to happen in the next corner. If the 58 wants to, he could really make a deep move right here. This is a good spot to do it if he's really wants to. Decides to hold back. Nope. He's waiting for another time. That's a slightly different line. Oh, there he goes to the bottom.
Here we go. This is it. Race lead, possibly. He's got a fender. He's got a nose. Conklin has the chance to the inside. Basin giving him a hard squeeze. Conklin got a better cut. Basin all the way to the wall. Still side by side. Near contact of the S's.
Door banging up the hill. Heck yeah.
Conklin's got the edge. Oh, look at that. Basin got spooked. Yes, indeed. Basin keeps it off the wall. It's Conklin to the lead.
Yeah, Netcode had a big deal with that. That was not at all any intent there, I don't think. Netcode really sent that 84 out of the way, but just like that, from the back to the front, Challenge 58 did it in about 69 laps. There you go.
Yeah, and so with 30 laps to go coming up, Conklin now leads. Here's Murray. He's again one of the others that have the EOL. He's the last of those with EOL left on the track outside of Conklin. Remember, Hill already off track. Murray trying to get 11th next.
You know, I always like doing this at this point in the race, is just looking at drivers that surprise me today. And one thing I got to say, looking at this top 15, driver of the 48 car, Tyler Hunter. He's up 14 spots from where he started today. In that 48 car, he's been quiet, hasn't made too much noise. But right now, he's running P13, having a great day. He's not that much of a road course racer at all, but he's keeping the car clean, and that's really what you need to do if you're going to have a good competitive run on these road courses these days. Just keep the car clean, and you'll do just fine sitting in the top 15. Not too shabby for him, as well as Devin Medeiros and Lunar Esports. Both of these guys are not necessarily people you'd put as heavy contenders, definitely underdogs, but top 15 is exactly where they need to be for these types of races, racetracks where they don't necessarily excel. Take a look at this, though. 25, Bryce Reiner. Matthew David Wood in the 16.
Yep. Right now, Wood. Chance for the top 5 coming up. Great race for Reiner, though. 40th starting spot to 5th for the Stealth Machine. Barely made it in the show.
Yeah, just remember, though, that 40th starting spot was mostly because... you got more cars coming down that did the, EOL at the start of the race, so they weren't necessarily exactly 40th, but definitely a long way for this driver to go from the back to the front. Having a great day.
Here in Komacheski, just got a black flag just now. Komacheski black flag. And that... Curious where that would have came from. Heard him say "we" on the radio a few moments ago. Probably had a corner cut that didn't get served. Can't confirm he cut the course in the bus stop. Holding on, steering some look out to the radio. There's Lim. He is done.
Oh, no. Junsa, no. What happened here? Benefield. Let's see what these two are up to.
Car disappears. And
where'd the damage come from?
I think he reappeared after getting destroyed.
Holy, what?
Yeah, obviously that scared a couple competitors there, absolutely. But Thomas Komacheski comes down to serve the penalty. Oh, and the 6th, the Delaney's off.
What? Man, see another wheel, man. This guy can save a lot when you get loose in that. You got 2 wheelmen right there, 41 and the 6th.
Mind you, he's already having to deal with Daiso as well, who is still 6 down.
Oh, Basin pit road. Basin pit road.
Here we go. This is it. money stop time. 21 laps in, and he's decided enough's enough. I'm going to try and see if this works for the lead.
He's got to try something. Once his teammate got by him, he has to change the strategy up. Remember, there's still a chance of random cautions coming into play. Got 27 to go. Long way to go. Long way before this thing's all said and done. 58, though, has no competition right now. He can just sip his macchiato and scoot out to the lead right here and just chill out.
Well, I don't know if Conklin's a coffee person, but right now, he's definitely got a pep in his step on the track. Will he respond to Basin is the question. Basin's off and away. Now, for him, it was 4 tires and fuel. No strategy differential there per se, outside of maybe adjustments. Think Conklin's thinking about a response? No, he will not. He is staying out. He's got himself a window of about 10 laps or so to keep it on the circuit here. Doesn't necessarily have to come in. By the way, Murray's now in the top 10 with that stop. You see him closing in for 9th.
After David Wood coming down pit road in that outlier machine, I believe. Yeah, he's got to try something different. Most of this field's realized now they got to do something.
Yeah, somebody has to try something different if they want to try and win this race. Murray nearly lost it. Murray, who's picked up wins in official races this week. He's really having to wheel this machine. One of the drivers that has rear-wheel karting experience we've talked about several times this year.
Talented, absolutely.
Yeah, now as they go, here's Duggar. See right now how he's just trying to plant the car around. He's running 1:10.3s. Right now, a little bit quicker than Tanner Marti. Right now, this is for 13th. Decent day. Might be in line for one of his better finishes of the season.
Oh, Bryce Reiner's on pit road. 25 car coming down.
Yep. Hearing right now with the tire difference so far, this is going to be pretty significant. Basin might have an advantage by at least 7 seconds, but curious where this is going to go this time. Basin, 107.7. He'd already jumped Conklin.
That is a fast lap time. 107.7. My God. Way faster than anybody's been running today.
Still have 25 to go, the length of stage 1 and 2 left on the circuit. Right now, Conklin is in. I think Conklin heard those numbers and said, gotta come in, gotta stop the bleeding. He's gonna have the chance to potentially battle right back in front though after the stop.
And for the first time today, new leader, it's Lucas Hoytsma leading this thing. First time it hasn't been Conklin or Basin. Or Robert Miller for half of the lap. Or just part of turn one, rather.
Watch this now for Basin, though, as he reaches Duggar on track. Conklin still in the box. Conklin still taking service. Conklin on the 4 tires. Hits the gas. And already Basin is driven on by. Pretty close, actually, in retrospect. Still going to be a couple seconds.
And he's got fresh tires, too, so it's just a matter of time. He's got to chase him back down. 24 laps to go. They can make it on gas from here. And it's just a stage is all it really is. Just like we saw at the very beginning, 25 laps is all it takes. And remember, Lucas Hoytsma, Jacob Quill, Nolan Hodgson, these guys, they're staying out hoping for a caution. They absolutely need one. If they can get one, then that changes their race significantly. I think they would like to see a few more laps of green, though, before a caution comes out.
Here in a few more stops. Quill, Benefield, Roman all coming down about 25 laps into the runs. A lot of these teams keeping it simple about splitting it up the middle just about. Hoytsma continue to log some lead laps here. The 109.5s. Nolan Hodgson is near 10 seconds back from him. For Hoytsma in his title defense, though, means second to the points for a reason. Yet to get a win, though, in the 97 camp.
He's been there all year long, though. He's been so quick. He's just has not come out of those two Ryko cars' shadow. He's been so stuck. Hasn't had the opportunity to get it done quite yet. But as soon as he does, I think he's definitely a championship contender if he's able to break through and get a win there. It's very important he does as they come down pit road just like that. Nolan Hodgson might take the lead if he chooses to stay out.
Yep, and there we go with the 97 and the stops. Hodgson gets his first lead lap of the evening. Nolan Hodgson, top 10 of the points coming in. Does have a win this season here in this series. But so looking to add to those numbers potentially here over the course of the campaign. So far, Hodgson, his previous win came at Circuit of the Americas, remember. That was at Coda. In what was a wild one back then.
Oh my gosh, look at that lap time. Fastest car on the racetrack by a mile. I thought the lap that we saw from Basin was good. My God, he's running 107.5s.
He's going to have a chance to go for the net race lead pretty quickly here. This likely for the race, unless there's a caution. Right now, Basin plants it in front. Conklin to the bumper. Conklin doesn't go hard on it, though. It's Basin holding on.
Oh, man, this is the best corner for Conklin. He does really well under braking here. He's going to shoot out wide here. He's been doing that the last few times, just like that. And here's the... Oh, I thought he was going to be there. He's so close. At that corner, he runs wider than Basin every time.
Right now, Basin doing a good job planting in front as they go. But keep in mind, Conklin, even with the traffic last time, 2/10 quicker than Basin. Coming to 20 laps to go. They only have Nolan Hodgson and Devin Medeiros in front of them. Every other car, except for Cliff Mullins, has pit in the field. And they have Medeiros just up the road, keep in mind. That's how quickly they're knocking the time down. So for Basin, how long will this last? You can see him sliding the rear tires. This time, Conklin turns right. Nearly gets into the Basin. He elects to check up. He could have sent it. Now, he's going to try the right side. Doesn't go. Now, the left side, will this go? No.
Keeping it entertaining, boys. I like it. Oh, he's loose. He saw Basin get loose there. That's opening the door. Here comes the 58 to the inside.
Conklin's to the door. Remember, it took a few corners the last time this happened. It took a pass up the hillside to get it done for Conklin in stage 2. Now, we see how this works for Basin. He works way high and lets Conklin go. Conklin, net race lead, down to 20 to go.
And they're about to catch up to the actual race leader right now. Devin Medeiros, he's on really old tires, these two. This is going to keep Basin an opportunity here because he's going to have some dirty air to navigate. But I'm pretty sure that Conklin's got this in the bag right there if he's able to keep it green.
And now Conklin could just use lap traffic to really stretch this out even more so. Medeiros loses a lap, or rather loses the lead itself. Medeiros is going to be close to being a lap down after the pit stop's done. I think for the 20, they're really hoping for the caution flag. There's no other way to think about this.
If they need a caution, it doesn't matter. I mean, but he can stay out as long as he can. That 20 car, if a caution were to come out, it'd benefit him wholeheartedly. It's a matter of staying out and keeping the car going. You don't want to see that car go down pit road or it's over. If a caution comes out, it highly benefits Medeiros.
And right now, he can make it for another 3 laps, depending on where the numbers go. Lucas Hoitzma right now would be net third. Jacob Quill, Matthew David Wood, Jonathan Delaney behind him in the order. So the red machine. Did he stretch? Your closest battle on the track now. In terms of those for position, well, they're pretty spread apart. Comp period of the race, if you will. Michael S. Tucker. Oh, and hearing there's, Alex Murray problems.
That was loud. Oh my goodness, somebody was screaming in their mic.
And it's been relatively quiet unless you're in the Nicholas Roman camp, where it has been like soccer reactions over the in-sim comms. Well, the reason he went the is that.
Good lordy Lou.
Very lucky he didn't wreck the car. Drops him down a couple spots. This battle's also close, but again, both of these cars need a pit soon. And Mullins is only a couple laps away from that mark. Here comes Tucker. So, final stretch of the day here at Watkins Glen International. Following along with Murray, who's running in 12th here. You can see the close-up speed compared to Reiner here at the very least, with the recovery back. As there's the move back for 11th spot, no issue.
Look at the gap.
Pretty calm. Yeah, I was about to say.
You look at the gap from second to fourth. These are the guys on the pit strategies. 7. Hoitzma's 11 seconds back from the leader. And he's the guy who has the freshest tires in the top 5 right now. He's going to constantly gain on them. He has 17 laps to catch them. I know this is going to sound off, but can I get a graphic of the speed difference between Conklin and Hoitzma? That's going to be what we need right here. You can see right now, not at all anywhere near in the competitive zone. It's 0.2, 1/10, and barely anything. Let's see what it looks like this time by, just out of curiosity, if it's continuing to be negative. Because the times show that they're closer than what they think, than what they're supposed to be. Let's see what it is this time for Hoitzma. Crossing the stripe. Right about now, I think. Yep, there it is. 0.4. Yeah, not even close. They're just, even though he's got so many lap fresher tires, he's still half a second slower than the lead car. Oh, only 2 lap difference still. Point being is that he's got way fresher tires. He should be running faster lap times, theoretically. Not really showing that right now.
Pearson and his sake, by the way, has recovered from everything to get to 14th. Fresher tires than Tower Hunter here. He's got fresh enough tires where I think he might have a shot to get to at least 12 maybe on the pylon. Black Flag Motorsports machine. Right now taking its time, running 109.1 last time by. Also trying to take their time to make some moves. Look at Bobby Anderson getting some give and take from Mullins, who tries to still stretch it.
Now, Bobby Anderson has just always surprised me whenever he's been racing here. It just seems like today, running 16th, just not really having the best of days for that 5 machine. I'm sure he'd like to have a better day, but road courses isn't really his forte anyway. I think he's more of like a mile-and-a-half track driver, to say the least, about Bobby Anderson.
Yep, and right now, you see how Hunter now plays things out. Again, one of the EPI drivers that we expected would do some things, and this season has, outside a limb, we've seen the EPI camp have to go to the drawing board so far. He just got passed by Pearson, as you see. Medeiros still hoping for a caution. Hoytsman's caught him.
Easy pass, but right here on your screen, you can see Delaney to the inside of Nolan Hodgson here. Dives it in deep, still side by side through the final corner. Coming to get 14 laps to go for these guys, rather. It looks like that 12 car, Nolan's hanging on to it as Medeiros' strategy is not going to pan out. He's on pit road.
So Medeiros couldn't go any further at 34 laps on the gas tank. 14 laps to work with for a majority of the field here. Right now, this will see Delaney having a chance on Hodgson, but here's the problem. 6 on older tires. It's going to definitely hurt. Right now, for Delaney in particular, we know he's a solid driver when it comes to left and right. He is one of the drivers who competed in NASCAR at one point. But tonight, just having a hard time to be able to chip away that gap as they approach lap traffic.
It just stuns me week in and week out how much of a difference it is between these guys. I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's just the truth of the matter. It's just that giant gap between the top two. Even the top two now has a big gap. 4 seconds between Conklin and Baseline. I mean, you can see that, but the next gap is just way too much. 10 seconds back until you get back here to Hoytsma. And Hoytsma's doing all he can to try and catch him. It's just so hard to catch those two cars.
Look at this, though. Yeah, we're about to say 16 is in the top 5. Good day, I think, for finishing positions. Could have been at least as high as 3rd, though, if you think of the big picture.
He definitely has the car to be in 3rd. He had that pit stop problem, and he had to drive through the field. So drive through the field, get up to 5th. I mean, not a bad day for MDW. I do like him a lot. He's a really good driver, and man, happy for him to get a top 5 if he's able to hang on today.
See a fair amount of damage now all of a sudden with the 25, by the way, runner.
Whoa.
That was for the restart. He's been dealing with this for a while. Again, obviously that's part of why I think he's ready to climb to the order here. If it wasn't for this damage, might be talking about a top 5 run for the 25. Instead, it's down to 12th as he continues to plummet late. And obviously with this type of damage, it's going to impact his ability, not just aerodynamically, but just the ability to turn the car.
The good news with him, though, is, let's see, let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, no, actually, that's not very good at all for him. I hate to see that. That damage really did him in, and he was having a good run. He had like a top 7 pace car, I think, that 25 did, and unfortunately, now he's just in recovery mode. Hopes he can get a caution to get the damage repaired, and that could still happen. Remember, it's still on the table, I think, isn't it?
There is a possibility. Again, random cautions, up to 3. Again, we haven't really seen that come in at all here tonight with the 100 lap distance. So it looks like we may have gone in the 7% chance when it comes to that statistic here tonight. But coming up to 10 laps to go this time through. And as everyone tries to hold on here, how do you feel about how tonight's race in turn went this evening, where we've seen dominating speed for a couple drivers, but for a lot of the others, it's been a battle with themselves.
Chaotic. I mean, this whole day has been really chaotic to watch. Oh my gosh, 5's in a wall, big time. He hit the out that wall there. His car's busted. Right when I said it's chaotic, guess what got even more right there for the 5 car. Hate to see that.
Just after making that pass too, Bobby Anderson put off kilter from it. Think he's okay though. So Anderson will at least reset. He is running about his average, about 15.
The biggest thing was that huge crash. I can't get over how big it was. You don't get a chance to see that large accidents at Watkins Glen very often, maybe once or twice every 6 or 7 years. And in this case, happened again. In the same point, right in that final corner, and right on the restart. Very unusual. That big crashes just have a good tendency to happen. These 3 cars are all over each other. Even after that contact, 5's still fighting back, and he's going to get that pass, I think, if he's able to maintain the speed up the hill. This is where he hit the wall. Be careful.
Has to be very cautious. Darrow's on freshies. Keep in mind, Tucker yet to pit. Tucker lets him go. And right now, that 36 needs basically a lot to happen right here, right now. Madero's actually hit some of the rear. Now the 20's trying to move the 36 out of the way. There's a bubble out of the way.
It's working for him. Yeah, not trying. He's succeeding. Credit where credit is due. Absolutely to Morgan Cook coming up with that line. I like that. He's good.
A lot of these cars getting some wild battles to end off. This is your closest battle of the racetrack at the moment. Less than 9 laps to go. A lot of marbles still being kicked up here, but for Tucker, this point, the second he pits, he loses a lead lap finish at the very minimum. If not, might fall as low as 22nd as a result of the fact he's been trying to stretch it so much.
I will say I'm looking through the entire field, and the gaps are just very wide right now. There's not anyone on the racetrack that's within 2 car lengths of each other. Everybody's spread out so dang much right now that I think that it's the only thing that can really throw this off is that yellow flag if it ever does come out.
If it does, oh boy, is all I can say. Pearson again here, he might have had a problem, by the way, as he's trying to close up for 10th, but might have been a timing issue, pardon me. Regardless, he is having a chance for 10th.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, happy to see him recover to the top 10. Oh, right in front of him, though. Look out, look out, look out, look out. I have no idea if he stopped. That was a car right there. 36, I think, Tucker.
That was Owens,
William
actually.
Owens. Multiple laps down for Owens. What happened there?
6 laps down for the 30 machine. He may have hit too hard on the curbs.
Right behind Kumacheski. There's the rumbles. Oh, boy. I thought, in my mind, whenever I saw that out of the corner of my eye, I thought he wasn't locking it up. I thought he was going to hit the inside wall and ricochet. He hung on to it. Good to see it. All right. Again. Oh, Conklin. Leader almost got wrecked. Oh, my goodness. He got so lucky. The 11 car, Paul Gallimore, almost hit the 58. He was inches away from getting turned around. Oh, my goodness. That was so close. That 58 just had very much the luckiest moment of the race I've seen for that 58 all day long. Talent couldn't get you out of that. That was awesome. Take a look at the 11 car. You're going to see he's a lap car. 58's on him. He's going to be there. He's trying to get out of the way. He hits the brakes, goes into the corner, off track, and oh my goodness gracious. If you look at that from the chopper cam, it looks way worse from the high end. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is just inches.
Here's the back bumper of the 58.
will happen right up here going into the bus stop. Whoa!
Oh. That could have been bad.
Okay, you really could. with what, 6 laps to go? I mean, he's got to navigate these lap traffic cars with the utmost of care at this point. Does not want to screw it up. Look at this. Neil Pearson going for 10th.
Yeah, trying to provide the pressure again. Right at the precision machine in front of him. Pearson has the boost. Coming up to 5 laps to go. Does he take it to the bus stop? He's thinking about it. No. Elects not to send it after so many bits of contact tonight in that area.
Again, this is the closest battle we got on the racetrack right now, folks. So just keep that in mind. Like, just... Oh, here he goes. Oh, something's wrong with Tucker right ahead of this.
And remember, he already had the pit stop. Just pit. Outlap did not go well, and he is struggling to get around the racetrack now.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, that car's definitely totaled, to say the very least. And now, we're in the final stretch. Less than 5 laps to go. Conklin's already about to take 4 to go, and now we have Charles. Oh my goodness, the 29-year-old got clipped.
Very lucky he didn't. That was too dang close for comfort right there. 3rd place, Hoytsma. Almost clobbered this guy.
That could have gone very bad, very quickly, at a very inoptimum time. Look at this, same moment. How that isn't a pileup, I am not sure.
Yep, but good job keeping the car underneath you. That's all I could say. Matthew David Wood has passed Jacob Quill for 4th now, so 16's up a spot. Maybe you can see 62 though, all over the back bumper of Murray. He's gonna make a shot, move for it down in turn number 1. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The 62 is back in the top 10. Does so with about now coming to 3 laps to work with. Quill in all this has ran top 5 the entire day, by the way. This has been relatively successful. He is battling with Wood for the top 4.
Oh, you know he wants it. Come on, man. Let's see what you can do. Let's see some battling. Oh, man. Oh, he's loose. Hang on to it, pal.
Over the moment yet again. Well, right now, you have to wonder if we'll see more starts for the 77 in this series. Especially since tonight, starting off pretty well. He is running for these short little occasional winners tonight. These 2 teammates doing a good job of the battles so far. They do share setup shop affiliation. Keep in mind as we come up to 2 to go.
And he's about to come around to get 2 laps to go. That 58 machine has just been on rails. He started at the tail end of the line and went through the whole field. And about 69 laps, nice, he got through everybody, got the lead for the first time, and he has not said goodbye to it since. And that car is just so much faster than any other car on the racetrack. Even his teammate is... And that just tells you they're running the same set most likely. And I can tell you right there, if that's the case, Conklin's just that fast of a driver. And going through the bus stop for the what will be second to last time, 58's got no worries. Kuna Matata for the final hand bit. Just make sure you don't screw it up.
24 laps led so far for Conklin, but the end of the night would be about 26. Just has to make it around for another time around. Coming up to the final 2+ miles. Conklin, your pole sitter from an EOL, will have one more time around. It's Conklin in front of Basin. And all you can say when it comes to Sean Conklin this season is very quick, very difficult to stop. Had a couple race win streak at one point early on in the campaign. This evening, showing the similar speed that got him that streak at the Paperclip and at Bristol. He'll break up Basin's streak, but for his case, he'll add on to the season lead in victories. For Conklin, a 4th victory on the campaign will definitely make this a very difficult points lead to try and break up. He's now led more than 1,500 laps already this season out of a possible 2,627. The improbable run continues. The dominating run continues. It's Sean Conklin who comes from the back to the front to take the win at the Glen.
What a run. But speaking of runs, 16 in the 77. Final couple corners for 4th place. Ain't been nose to tail. Final corner. What does the 77 have? Anything? Dove it in deep? Not going to be enough. Basin's going to take 2nd. Hoytsma 3rd. Wood will take 4th. And Jacob Quill will hang on to a top 5 spot.
Great drive for Conklin. A long pace lap for them to work themselves a cool down. Some of the drivers still trying to hold on. Reiner trying to hold on to a spot here, or at least pick up one maybe for Tyler Hunter. But right now, we finish things off tonight with 15 cars. Gonna be on your lead lap. Reiner moving to the inside. Tried something, didn't work. Bobby Anderson last across on the lead lap here tonight, as that will finish up your drivers on the circuit. But it's a team 1-2 for Ryko. Let's take a look at your unofficial race results. Conklin, Basin, Lucas Hoytsma, your top 3. Then you throw Matthew David Wood and Jacob Quill in the top 5. Noah Hodgson in 6th. Delaney, Benefield, From, Pearson, your top 10.
Murray, Hunter, Reiner, Medeiros, Anderson, Duggar, O'Brien Jr., Hastings, Gallimore, and Marty round out your top 20.
21st went to Cliff Mullen to last the lap down. Komacheski 2 down. Then Dyson still finished along with Owen 6 down. 7 down for Tucker. Medina finished 14 down. Look in the background at the dual burnout.
Yeah, that's what I hate to interrupt the finishing order, but this is something you don't see every day. A dual burnout for both Ryko cars who dominated this race.
Not really bringing too much smoke until the very end. Lim down there. Stone, Trill, Miller, a part of your top 30. And now those burn out together in the background as we look at the rest of the order.
Yep, 31st, Kluot, Hill, Isaacs, Graves, and look at them. They're doing nose-to-nose burnouts. That's awesome, man. You can see the rest on your screen. I need to call them out. That was awesome. Look at that. Let's get that graphic off screen. Take a look at that. Oh, blown motor. 58 blows it up. He's done so. 84's got to push him back to the line for him. Oh, no.
Look top to bottom of the order here tonight, as in the end, they both get the chance to celebrate together as one. And right now, those drivers, I think, are still full celebration mode.
Oh, yeah. It's not normal for us to stay like this, but it's worth it. It's cool.
I think they're trying to push him back for the photo op.
Oh, yeah. He blew his motor. Yeah, can't get nowhere without that. Oh, no. Got a teammate, though. I think he's just giving a little bump draft.
Right back to the line they go for playtime as, oh, he missed the line.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
There was an attempt, and now all Conklin can do is, I guess, step out of the car and work their way into the broadcast booth here tonight. So, Sean Conklin comes away with the win. Sean, talk to us about your drive from the EOL to the win.
Oh man, that was a wild drive. That was a whole lot of fun too. You know, I got the EOL from Talladega an instant. I feel like I could have appealed it and probably gotten that reverse, but honestly, when I saw that I was gonna get the EOL for walking the line, I was like, you know what? I'll accept the challenge. And we came from the back. It was pretty easy getting through like the back half of the field. When I started getting to the front, it started getting a lot harder to pass people. So that's when the real challenge started to begin. And yeah, just from there, just a really really good battle with Basin and just like trying to find any little way around the dirty air that I could. And we wound up getting past them, just setting up a few corners before and tried to run away as fast as I could.
Now, of course, outside of this, you've had busy times, first with rearward action from last week, but also, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you're getting ready for NASCAR free agency. How is the pressure been feeling for that?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I'm hoping that we come out on the other end of that good. I'll be on vacation starting tomorrow. We're gonna be flying down and just gonna try to hope that's a celebratory vacation. I'm gonna be keeping my phone on me all 3 days and see what we get.
Well, that'll be an interesting thing, saying, "Hi, I'm on vacation," in terms of trying to get the negotiations down. But with that in mind, in turn, talk to us about the next date because it's Dover next. That's called the Roller Coaster 200. That is going to be an interesting time because, from my understanding, that's going to be full distance.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I think I think the horsepower is gonna be up and the weight's gonna be down, so
Yep.
that's gonna be really fast. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I won't be able to practice much for it, but I will try to get as many laps in as I can when I get back, and we'll have some fun with that.
250 laps was the announcement for the All-Star race. No stages. For those who missed that, less weight, more horsepower. I wouldn't be surprised if we see cars go kablooey. But one more quick question before we get to shout-outs. How will, if you do get a team offer from the Coke Series, how will that impact your ability to race in the FLCC?
Not at all. Well, we'll
Okay.
still be here, as long as I can be here. The only thing that will impact dates that I can't be here will be IRL racing, which we only I only missed Texas because we had to go up on Saturday for a test day. Every other day is just going up on Sundays, so I should be here for majority of Sunday nights. There are a few doubleheader races for both days that I will miss, but yeah, I plan on being here for majority of this season.
Any shout you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out obviously this setup. I mean, just just absolute rocket ship through the field. Um, Rigo Performance, Gossip Bus Lines, Randy Bell Construction, Best One Tire, and big shout out to Basin. I mean, he put in a ton of work this week, and obviously it paid off. I mean, we had uh, one of the best battles that I've ever had on a road course. It was fantastic. Lovely racing with him, and yeah, it was just overall a great time.
Congratulations on the win here tonight as you put up a strong effort. By the way, you're already at more than 1,500 lead laps in 2,600 laps. Congrats.
Thank you.
Sean Conklin putting up some very sparkling numbers. Dylan Basin, he led 67 laps. He comes away second tonight. The winning streak's over, but the top three streak isn't. He's with Kirk.
Hey, Dylan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I gotta tell you that celebration you and your teammate had there at the end put a smile on my face. We interrupted the end of the race, finishing order to take a look at that. That was very unique. Gotta ask you, man, you had one hell of a hot ride all day long, but unfortunately, there at the end, your teammate was able to have fresher tires get by you. I gotta ask you, how was your day, man? How's it feel, and uh, how you doing?
Well, to be honest with you, I held him off for about 71 laps longer than I thought I could. So, I mean, that's probably the closest I've ever been to Sean on a road course, and I think he's probably one of, if not the best, in the next gen at road courses. He's just so consistent. Sometimes on raw pace, I can match him, but he could do the same thing over and over and over again. I don't know how he does it. Hopefully, one day I can pick it up. This is still definitely my best road course showing in a hot minute. But yeah, when I did the undercut right there, I was doing that with the random yellow still in mind. But at the end of the race, they said that restart wreck like overran that random yellow system. So I pitted early for nothing. I kind of looked stupid because I got yarded, but it wasn't to try to beat him on pure pace to the end. It was try to get the timing with the yellow right that apparently was never coming anyways. So a little unfortunate, but I mean, we proved that we have skill at all kinds of tracks. So I'm glad I can go into here and not stink it up. I'll take a P2. Won both stages, so that was great for points. And especially these team points, we're about to overcome, hopefully, for the lead here soon.
Well, I gotta tell you, Dylan, it's so fun to watch you two race each other because you guys do it respectfully towards each other too. I gotta give you guys props. So not all teammates do that, so it was fun to watch. And also gotta ask you, we asked this to Conklin whenever he was in here. I'm gonna ask you the same question. A total of two. First off, anybody you want to shout out, and then also, if you make the Coke series this year, if you get selected to make the Coke, then how does that affect your ability to race in full length cup challenge? Because we love having you here. I'm just curious to see what that does to affect you.
I'll start off with the second question first. You know, I don't think it's gonna really affect much at all with COVID being on Tuesdays and it being every like most of the races are 2 weeks apart. And I can say, look out for an announcement on Monday regarding
Oh,
the status of the ride. But yeah, I think we'll still be here. Plus, it's great practice. Any track time you can get in this next gen is important, especially when you're racing guys that are some of the best in the sim. So I'm definitely gonna keep showing up. As far as the guys I want to thank, obviously the guys at Right Cup Performance, all my teammates, and we work besides Kansas, which y'all need to stop bringing up because it brings me to dark place. We've worked together so well from Talladega and onwards. I mean, we can race each other hard and not have any problems. And thanks to my family for watching. And this is a special shout out to my dad's friend. He was mad I didn't bring this up last week. BDR Racing. You wanted me to shout that out. If you can find out what the abbreviation's for, let me know. Until it's a mystery. And also thanks to you guys for hopping in the broadcast booth.
it's always fun to watch you, man. It's good talking with you. Congrats on P2, and we'll see you next week for sure.
I appreciate it.
Back to you, Justin.
Dylan Basin coming away second tonight. Lucas Hoitzma from Black Flag comes away in the top three. Lucas, felt like we didn't talk about you all too much here tonight, but how do you feel about your trip to the Glen tonight?
Just a nice quiet night, kind of like you said. I didn't get in too much trouble. Had a few scary moments with some lap cars and restarts, but for the most part, just a nice clean race for me. Good points day, an incredible points day, honestly, for how I started. So yeah, I had a great time tonight. And to finish behind those two and not be a half a lap behind, I feel like I've made some progress. So I'm happy with tonight overall.
Indeed. So, in turn as well, what do you feel brought the challenges for the road course side here tonight compared to previous days? Because I know in real life, they've got a bunch of tire barriers now. What was the challenges about this car for 2026 compared to 2025?
Well, this car absolutely hates going over the curbs. Whether you're coming off carousel, going in through turn 6 or turn 1, and you try to go up over it, and I don't know how Sean was doing it. I mean, he could just fly over those things. It looked like he was damn near full throttle, and he'd keep the speed in it. And I tried to do the same thing, and I about step on it. So I don't know how he did it, but yeah, that was something I was fighting all night. It's getting up over those curves and maintaining the speed in the car. I think we would benefit from those barriers they have in real life, because it is pretty hard to pass when the car in front can just go wide out there and protect their spot. So I hope we can get that for next year's race. They got a long time to do it. So yeah.
With that in mind, how do you feel about the All-Star race coming up here in your camp? Because no stage, 250 lap race, more horsepower, less weight in the car. A lot of complex features to think about coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be one to watch. I don't know what to expect, to be honest, because that place is already a handful in this car before we got the reduced downforce and horsepower. So I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I hope a lot of people are too, because, you know, everybody sees Dover for an all-star race and they kind of think, ew, you know, that's supposed to be a points race, but I think it could be good. I'm going to hear NASCAR out on it. We'll see how it goes. But I just want to put a shout out to my guys, everybody, Black Flag, RHM, Artemis, and just mainly the logo I have on the car tonight, 1320 video. If anybody knows him, Kyle Loftus, we lost him this week. He's one of my favorite people, and it's been a tough one this week losing him, and I just wanted to pay some respects to him with the car tonight. He's done so much for the car community, and it's a really tough loss. So I hope I could do a little bit of good there with putting it on the car, and I hope he's doing well.
Well, thank you very much so much for the time here on that note. Once again, congratulations, Lucas, on the top 3.
Thank you.
Lucas Hoytsma coming away top 3. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to speak with us during post-race coverage here on Maconi Entertainment. Bottom night thoughts here tonight, Kirk, as this is going to bring us into the All-Star race next week. We'll increase the power, lower the weights, and oh boy, I wouldn't be surprised if we see cars go very much into rocket ships.
Yeah, but it's at Dover. Justin, it's at Dover. I mean, I hope it's good. I pray, I hope, I ask God, please make Dover good. That's all I ask. I have my doubts, but we're hoping. And what a race today. I mean, just chaotic. It was good. This is going to be one heck of a highlight reel. And I had a good fun.
I did too. And on that note, it's just about time to say goodbye for tonight's coverage here from the Glen. For Kirk Mills, for Morgan Cook, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you want to follow along with Maconi Entertainment, be sure to follow along with their social media pages so you don't miss a moment here on Maconi Entertainment. On that note, it's time to say goodnight. Once again, congratulations to Sean Conklin, who gets the win for the Glen. We'll see you next time from Dover Motor Speedway.
When you want the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.